first piece is, let's just go through this story. I'm designing a 12-book bridal collection that's about authentic love and not aestheticisms of bridal. It started with this first piece, the hopeful romantic. But first, I just want to say, I'm so grateful to be here tonight. When I first moved here, I moved here back here 3 years ago, and I had a needle and a thread and a mannequin, and I was looking for resources, and I found access for artists. And in the first workshop, in a breakout room, I got in touch with people that put me in my first fashion show. And I was just like, okay, amazing, thank you. I have created contacts still from that show I work with. At the same time, as Worcester was there, and I was like, I guess I'll try putting my work into a gallery, which is something I've never thought to do as a fashion school student, and the resources on their website gave me tools to design from a more intrinsic place and think about my work in a different way, and I'm really appreciative, so thank you so much. So this piece, the Hopeful Romantic, is made from bridal scraps from the last piece I created while I was living in the UK. It is about redesigning yourself from the broken shatters of what previous selves. And the more common phrase is the hopeless romantic. As a romantic person, I don't think I'm hopeless because I use discernment. I, have clarity. I don't come from a place of fantasy. And I think that being hopeless romantic is someone who could really utilize this collection. Next, I have Casual Devotion. The main thing that I really wanted to say with this work is how beautiful something as ordinary as cotton jersey can be with time and intention. And that's what love is, time and intention. And that's all it is. This next piece is about connection and strings being attached. First, I want to say I wouldn't have put this look together if I didn't go for a cohort meeting with multi-cohorts. Q brought me to a gathering where I found out about Draper Knitting Company, and I was able to access this specific yarn from a local source out in Canton, Mass. So it's a portrait of attachment. Where love constricts is where I use the felting technique, and then where it softens and opens is where I use the knitting technique. It's very personal for me because moving home I realized that my family relationships were repeating in my romantic relationships where there was unexpected emotional expectations and walking on eggshells. And I tried to explore that with this work. And last is intimacy. It is a deeply layered look. First off, it's 3 layers, and I just want to touch on conflict intimacy, which not a lot of people think or talk about, and it's extremely important in order to be able to be seen and heard in a relationship. And I did that through the chaotic stitching and the push and pull. I also use the straps to show they're 2 different directions, but they work together to hold the dress up. And there's I understand embroidered over the heart because it's the most intimate statement for what I know you can say to somebody is actually understanding. I use the diamonds to utilize as we chokehold ourselves in the aestheticisms of relationships without actually entering partnerships with the person. And I wanted to show that with diamonds, diamond ring. So I just want to say thank you for being here. Thanks for listening to me. Thanks Access for Artists. Thanks Arts Worcester. Thank you for the photographers that helped me bring my work to life. And please feel free to ask me any questions or talk to me about anything.